Hello, my friend, and welcome to the Easy English podcast from English Life Channel. This is your calm place for simple English, real-life conversation, and speaking confidence. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex. Today we are talking about something many English learners really want: how to talk to anyone with confidence.
Yes, not just how to learn more words, not just how to study more grammar. Today we are talking about how to speak to people in real life without feeling frozen, embarrassed, or afraid of every small mistake.
Sarah, I'm really happy we are talking about this because this is one of my biggest problems. I can study English at home, I can listen to podcasts, I can read simple stories, but when I stand in front of a real person, everything feels different.
That is very real, Alex. Tell me what usually happens.
Okay. For example, last week I went to a small coffee shop. The person at the counter smiled and said, "Hi, what would you like?" It was such an easy question. I knew the answer. I wanted coffee, just coffee. But suddenly my mind became noisy. I thought, should I say I want coffee? Is that too direct? Should I say, could I have coffee? What if I pronounce it badly? What if the person cannot understand me? And after all that thinking, I just pointed at the menu and said, this.
That sounds simple, but many learners will understand that moment deeply.
Yes. And after I left, I felt embarrassed. I kept thinking, Alex, why couldn't you say one sentence? You know this sentence. You have practiced it before.
That is the painful part. Many learners know English in a quiet room, but real conversation adds pressure. A real person, real eye contact, real speed, and real emotion can make the mouth feel slower.
Exactly. My English is better when I'm alone, but when someone is looking at me, my confidence disappears.
And that is why today's episode is important. We are not only talking about English phrases, we are talking about confidence in real conversations. We are talking about how to stay calm when your heart beats faster, how to start with simple words, and how to continue even when your sentence is not perfect.
So this is not about sounding perfect.
No, it is about sounding real. Confidence does not mean you never feel nervous. Confidence means you feel nervous, but you still say one clear sentence.
I like that, because I always thought confident people never feel fear.
Confident people feel fear too. They just do not let fear control the whole conversation. Maybe they pause. Maybe they use simple words. Maybe they make a small mistake. But they keep going.
That makes confidence feel more possible.
It is possible. Confidence grows in small moments. One hello, one question, one short answer, one small conversation. These little moments train your mind and your mouth.
I need that training, because my second problem is starting a conversation. If someone talks to me first, maybe I can answer, but if I have to start, I feel stuck.
That is very common. Many learners think they need an amazing first sentence. But most conversations begin with something small.
Like what?
Like something around you. The place, the weather, the line, the class, the coffee, the music, the small thing happening in the moment.
So I don't need a big topic?
No, you need a real topic. If you are in a cafe, you can say, "This place is really nice." If you are waiting in line, you can say, "This line is moving slowly today." If you are in class, you can say, "That lesson was interesting." If you are at work, you can say, "It has been a busy day."
These sentences are very simple.
Yes, and simple is good. Simple English is not weak English. Simple English is useful English. Most conversations do not need big words at the beginning. They need a soft opening.
A soft opening?
Yes, a soft opening means a small, friendly sentence that opens the door to conversation. It does not put pressure on the other person. It simply says, "I am friendly. We can talk."
I like that. Small talk is like a soft hello.
Exactly. And once you say one simple sentence, you can add one simple question. This is one of the best conversation patterns: statement plus question.
Statement plus question.
Yes, First, say one thing, then ask one thing. For example, this cafe is nice. Have you been here before? Or, that class was interesting. What did you think? Or, it's busy today. Is it always like this?
Let me try. This coffee smells good. Do you come here often?
Perfect. That sounds natural.
That actually felt good.
Because you had a pattern. Patterns help when you feel nervous. You do not have to create everything from nothing. You can follow a simple path.
Sarah, my next problem is continuing the conversation. Sometimes I start with one sentence, and the other person answers, but then I don't know what to say next.
That is another common problem. Many learners can start, but they do not know how to continue. The secret is to listen for one word or one idea and ask about it.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, if someone says, I went to the beach last weekend, you can ask, was it relaxing? Or, who did you go with? Or, is that beach near your city?
So I don't need a new topic. I can follow their topic.
Exactly. You follow the road the other person gives you. That is called a follow-up question. It is a question connected to what the person just said.
That sounds easier than trying to think of something new every time.
Much easier. If someone says, work was stressful today, you can ask, what happened? If someone says, I'm learning guitar, you can ask, how long have you been learning? If someone says, I love cooking, you can ask, what do you like to cook?
This helps me, because sometimes I feel like I have to carry the whole conversation.
You do not. A conversation belongs to two people. You are not carrying a heavy bag alone. One person says something, the other person picks it up and adds a little more.
That is a nice image. Conversation is not a performance. It is sharing.
Exactly. And when you remember that, the pressure becomes lighter.
But what if I don't know anything about the topic? For example, if someone talks about sports and I don't know sports, I feel awkward.
Then be honest and curious. You can say, I don't know much about that. How does it work? Or, that's new for me. Can you explain? Or, I've never tried that before. What is it like?
So I can admit that I don't know?
Of course. You do not need to be an expert on every topic. Curiosity is better than pretending.
I pretend sometimes. I smile and say, yes, yes, but really I don't understand.
Many learners do that because they feel embarrassed. But pretending can make the conversation harder. If you do not understand, ask early.
What can I say?
You can say, sorry, could you repeat that? Or, could you say that more slowly? Or, I didn't catch the last part. Or, do you mean? And then repeat what you understood.
I didn't catch the last part. Sounds very natural.
It is natural and polite. It means you did not hear or understand the final part clearly.
I always felt embarrassed to ask people to repeat.
But asking someone to repeat is normal. Everyone does it. Even fluent speakers say, sorry, what was that? Or, can you say that again? It does not mean you failed. It means you are taking care of the conversation.
Taking care of the conversation. I like that.
Yes. Confident speakers do not pretend. They check, ask, and continue.
Sarah, another problem I have is the blank mind. Someone asks me a question, and suddenly I have no words.
That blank mind is very common. You know English. You know the answer. But in the moment, pressure is high, and your mind freezes.
It feels like my English disappears.
First, do not panic because of the pause. A small pause is normal. People pause when they think. You do not have to answer in 1 second.
But silence makes me nervous.
Then use a thinking phrase. A thinking phrase gives your brain 2 or 3 seconds. You can say, let me think. That's a good question. How can I explain this? I'm not sure, but...
These phrases are like a bridge between silence and speaking.
Exactly.
Let me try. That's a good question. I think, yes, it gives me time.
And it sounds natural. People use these phrases all the time.
I want to practice one more. I'm not sure, but I can try.
Beautiful. That sentence is powerful because it is honest and brave. It does not say, I know everything. It says, I am willing.
I'm not sure, but I can try. I'm not sure, but I can try.
That is confidence.
My next problem is mistakes. I know everyone says mistakes are normal, but when I make a mistake, I feel bad.
Of course, mistakes feel uncomfortable because many learners connect mistakes with shame. Maybe someone laughed at them before. Maybe a teacher corrected them harshly. Maybe they felt small in a conversation.
Yes, one bad moment can stay in your memory for a long time.
It can. But one bad moment does not define your English. One mistake is not your identity. One rude person does not decide your future.
I need to remember that.
Mistakes are part of speaking. Real speakers pause, restart, change words, and repair sentences all the time. Fluency does not mean you never stop. Fluency means you know how to continue.
How can I continue after a mistake?
Use repair phrases. Say, let me say that again. Or, what I mean is. Or, sorry, I'll explain it better. Or simply, I mean. Then continue.
Let me try. I go yesterday. Sorry. Let me say that again. I went yesterday.
Perfect. That is not failure. That is repair.
Repairing a sentence is a skill.
Exactly. And once you learn to repair, mistakes become less scary because you know you can recover.
Before, I thought if I made a mistake, the whole conversation was ruined.
Not at all. Most people care more about your message than your grammar. If they understand your idea, the conversation can continue.
So communication is more important than perfection.
Always. Grammar is useful. Pronunciation is useful. Vocabulary is useful. But connection is the heart of conversation.
Connection is the heart.
Now, tell me another problem. What happens when you speak in a group?
Groups are difficult for me. When 2 or 3 people speak together, they speak fast. They laugh, they interrupt each other. I want to say something, but I wait too long. Then the topic changes, and I stay quiet.
That is a very real problem. Group conversations move faster than one-to-one conversations. So your goal is not to say a perfect sentence. Your goal is to enter with a small sentence.
How?
Use short joining phrases. Say, I agree, or that's true, or I had the same experience, or can I add something? These phrases help you enter the conversation.
Can I add something? Feels useful.
Very useful. It is polite and clear. You can also use, that reminds me of something. Then share a small story.
So in a group, I should not wait for a perfect moment.
Exactly. The perfect moment may never come. Use a small opening. Even one sentence helps you become part of the conversation.
What if people interrupt me?
Sometimes interruption happens naturally in groups. Do not take every interruption personally. You can gently continue by saying, yes, and what I wanted to say was, or, right, so my point was. Keep your voice calm.
That sounds confident.
It is confident, but still polite.
Sarah, another problem is pronunciation. Sometimes I don't speak because I think my accent sounds bad.
Your accent is not bad. Your accent is part of your story. The goal is not to erase your identity. The goal is to speak clearly enough to be understood.
So I do not need to sound exactly like a native speaker?
No. You need clarity. Speak a little slower. Open your mouth. Finish important words. Put stress on key words. For example, I want to improve my English. The important words are want, improve, and English.
I want to improve my English.
Good. Now say it naturally, but still clearly.
I want to improve my English.
Very nice. Notice, you did not need to speak fast. Clear and steady is better than fast and unclear.
Sometimes I think fast English means fluent English.
Many learners think that, but fast, nervous English can be difficult to understand. Slow, clear English can sound calm and confident.
So first clarity, then speed later.
Exactly. Build control first. Speed can grow naturally with practice.
Sarah, what about when I answer too short? Someone asks, "How are you?" And I just say, "Fine." Then the conversation stops.
Good point. Use the answer plus detail pattern. If someone asks, "How are you?" you can say, "I'm good, just a little tired today." Or, "I'm doing well. I had a busy morning." Or, "I'm pretty good. I'm trying to practice English more."
That sounds more natural because it gives the other person something to answer.
Exactly. A small detail gives the conversation a place to go.
If I say, "I had a busy morning," they can ask, "What happened?"
Yes. Or they may say, "Me too." Then you have connection.
So I do not need a long answer. I just need one extra detail.
Correct. One extra detail is enough. If someone asks, "What do you do?" you can say, "I work in an office, mostly with customers." If someone asks, "Where are you from?" you can say, "I'm from the United States. It is known for warm hospitality." If someone asks, "What do you like to do?" you can say, "I like watching movies because they help me relax."
These answers feel simple but complete.
That is the goal. Simple but complete. Clear but not too long.
Sometimes I make my answers too long because I want to sound fluent.
Many learners do that. They start with one idea, then add another idea, then another one, and suddenly they are lost inside their own sentence.
Haha, that happens to me. I start one sentence and cannot find the exit.
Then use short sentences. Short sentences are not weak. They are strong because they are clear. Instead of one long sentence, say, "I work in a shop. I talk to customers every day. It helps me practice speaking."
That is much easier.
And easier English often sounds more confident. When your sentence is too complicated, your voice may become nervous. But when your sentence is clear, your voice becomes steady.
Clear English is confident English.
Exactly.
Sarah, can we try a small real-life conversation?
Of course. Imagine we meet at a small event. I say, "Hi, I'm Sarah."
Hi, Sarah. Nice to meet you. I'm Alex.
"Nice to meet you too, Alex. Is this your first time here?"
Yes, it is. I'm still getting used to the place.
"Same here. I don't know many people yet."
Same here. But everyone seems friendly.
That was excellent. Simple, warm, and natural.
I noticed I did not need difficult words.
Exactly. You used useful words. That is better.
Can we try one where I don't understand?
Sure. I say, "The schedule changed, so the meeting was moved to the afternoon."
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part. Do you mean the meeting is in the afternoon now?
Perfect. You checked the meaning politely.
That felt confident.
Because you took care of the conversation.
Can we try one where I make a mistake?
Yes. Talk about yesterday.
Yesterday I go to the market. Sorry, let me say that again. Yesterday I went to the market, and I bought some fruit.
Excellent. You repaired the mistake and continued.
I did not stop.
That is real progress.
Sarah, one more problem. Ending conversations. Sometimes I don't know how to leave. I stand there and smile too much.
We have all had that moment. Ending a conversation politely is a skill. You can say, "It was really nice talking to you," or "I should get going, but it was great to meet you," or "I'll let you continue, but I enjoyed our conversation."
I like "I should get going." It feels natural.
It is very useful. You can use it with friends, classmates, coworkers, or new people.
So confidence is not only starting, it is also continuing and ending.
Exactly. Start with warmth, continue with interest, end with grace.
End with grace. That sounds beautiful.
Grace means calm, polite, kind behavior. When you end with grace, the other person feels respected.
I want to remember that.
Good. Now let's collect some useful phrases from today, like a small conversation toolbox.
I love toolboxes. They make me feel prepared.
For starting, you can say, "Hi, nice to meet you. How's your day going? Have you been here before? This place is really nice."
For continuing, you can say, Really? Tell me more. That sounds interesting. What happened next?
For thinking, you can say, "Let me think. That's a good question. I'm not sure, but I can try. How can I explain this?"
For checking understanding, you can say, Could you repeat that? Could you say that more slowly? I didn't catch the last part. Do you mean?
For repairing mistakes, you can say, "Let me say that again. What I mean is, sorry, I'll explain it better. I mean."
And for ending, you can say, It was nice talking to you. I should get going. I hope we talk again soon. Have a great day.
These phrases are tools, and the more you use them, the more natural they become.
They make conversation feel less scary.
That is because phrases give your brain choices. When your brain has choices, it does not feel trapped.
Before, I thought confidence was a personality. Like some people are born confident and others are not.
Many people think that. But confidence is also a skill. You can practice it, you can build it, you can become more comfortable little by little.
So I do not have to become a different person.
No, you just have to become more comfortable using your own voice.
That feels peaceful.
And remember, you do not need to wait until your English is perfect. Start with the English you have now. Use it gently. Use it bravely. Use it every day.
I think that is the biggest lesson today. Speak with the English you have now.
Yes, speak simply, speak clearly, speak honestly. If you forget a word, explain it another way. If you make a mistake, repair it. If you need time, use a thinking phrase. If you do not understand, ask.
And if the conversation stops?
Smile. It is okay. You tried. Not every conversation has to become long.
That removes so much pressure.
Good, because speaking English should not feel like a test every time. It can become a normal part of your life. A small hello, a simple question, a friendly answer, a short story, a kind goodbye.
Sarah, can we give learners one simple challenge?
Absolutely. My friend, here is your challenge for today. Choose one phrase from this episode and use it today. It can be very small. Say, "How's your day going?" Say, "That's a good question." Say, "Could you repeat that?" Say, "It was nice talking to you."
And if you cannot use it with another person today, say it out loud to yourself. Practice it until your mouth feels comfortable.
Yes, your mouth needs practice. Your brain needs practice. Your confidence needs practice. And every small sentence helps.
I will practice this one. I'm not sure, but I can try.
That is a wonderful sentence for English and for life.
I'm not sure, but I can try. I'm not sure, but I can try.
Exactly. Maybe that is the beginning of confidence. Not, "I am perfect." Not, "I know everything." Just, "I can try."
Thank you, Sarah. This conversation made speaking English feel less scary.
I'm glad. And thank you, Alex, for sharing your learner problems honestly.
Always. I think many learners feel the same way, and I want them to know they are not alone.
You are definitely not alone. Many people are learning, practicing, freezing, trying again, and slowly becoming stronger. So be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and keep speaking.
One sentence today can become a better conversation tomorrow.
Thank you so much for listening to the Easy English podcast from English Life Channel. If this episode helped you, keep practicing with us and share it with a friend who wants to speak English with more confidence.
And remember, your voice matters. Even if your English is simple, even if your sentence is not perfect, your voice still matters.
This was Sarah.
And this was Alex.
Keep learning
Keep speaking.
and keep building your confidence, one conversation at a time.